Peter Thiel sold $1.8 billion worth of Bitcoin that he accumulated over the last 8 years, and people are super pissed. At the same time, Genesis finally filed for bankruptcy, surprising absolutely nobody, but has basically a $3.5 billion hole. We've got all the news of the week, Bitzlato, of course, that we'll be talking about now. I'm also going to take some chart requests at the end like we did last Friday. Basically, it's time for Scott Melker Unhinged because I don't have any guests to embarrass myself in front of. You guys don't want to miss this. Let's go.
Let's go.
What is up, everybody? I am Scott Melker, also known as the Wolf of Wall Street. Before we get started, please subscribe to the channel and take a golf ball and drop it right onto the like button. This golf ball is from El Camaleon Mayacoba. It's the only place in Latin America they play a PGA Tour event. I was there in November, balling, just absolutely balling. But now I have golf elbow, and I'm basically debilitated and can barely swing a club. And that's what you guys are here to hear about, obviously, is my messed up trick elbow and inability to play golf. As you guys should know by right now, we are sponsored by Prime XBT. You get a huge signing bonus if you go there and sign up. You can trade basically everything over there, which is super sweet, unless you're in the United States, of course, because we are not allowed to have fun anymore in this country. But I recommend you check them out. Click on the link, make me look good, keep the sponsors, it's important. Black Diamond Off the Grid says, need a break from guests anyway. Welcome, Scott. Yeah, I used to do this by myself almost every day, and then we would just put the podcast out on Tuesday, Thursday, and Sunday, and that would be the guests. But then we just started having guests, and it was 5 to 10 minute guests, and now I basically have like long form interviews every single day, which is super fun. But sometimes I just need a break. Good morning, Fibbo Swanee says, good morning, Mr. Melker. Des, Ian here, all saying hi to each other. Architect Jeff, what's up, buddy? I've officially quit golf for the 11th time. Yeah, Godspeed, my friend. See you back on the course. Gregory says, it gets worse with age. Trust me, golf one day, recoup 5 days. Yeah, I mean, I've had tendinitis issues from tennis and lifting for as long as I can remember, but never on the golf side, always on the tennis side. Pretty painful. Having a lot of trouble like doing things like picking up my kids, which is really not where you want to be. Should we start diving into the news? It's Friday. Means it's the day that we do the news in review, talk about and it's almost all nonsense, always. It's like the news is making a mockery out of the crypto industry. Strange, right? Wouldn't expect that. But let's go with the first big story, obviously. Surprising no one, as I said, crypto lender Genesis files for bankruptcy following SEC lawsuit. You guys obviously have heard that Genesis owes Gemini a lot of money. That's why Gemini had to shut down their Earn product. The SEC, after everybody already lost their money, decided to come after them for selling an unregistered security, which helps precisely, 0 customers. And now Genesis in big trouble. We know they had a $2.something billion loan to Three Arrows Capital that was only partially secured. They lost that. But now we're talking about $3.5 billion is the amount. $3.5 billion. They owe that to their top 50 creditors. And as you can see here, they have a cool $150 million in the bank. And they're bragging about it. Like, we're good, guys. We're going to restructure in bankruptcy. It's restructuring. Right? We've seen this restructuring bullshit play out across the industry over and over again. You're not supposed to file Chapter 11 if you're just going to pay lawyers and advisors a shit ton of money and then liquidate all your assets. I'm talking about you, Voyager and Celsius and FTX and all of you, but especially Voyager in my case, right? File a different chapter. You're in the wrong chapter. Chapter 11 is for businesses that are theoretically going to restructure. Most of them fail. Operate the business and continue on. But instead, we've seen these sham Chapter 11s where really it's just an excuse for a whole lot of lawyers to make money while they find creative ways to liquidate and steal the money before it gets back to the customers. They have $150 million in the bank and are saying, oh, we're good, man. We can keep operating while we restructure. So the good news is that everybody there will still get their big overinflated salaries and bonuses while everybody else suffers and doesn't get a piece of that money. Like if you're all going to just shut down anyways, just do it now and save us the cash. So annoying. So annoying. But yeah, as you can see here, they owe $3.5 billion to their top 50 creditors. 100,000 creditors between the three of its companies that declared bankruptcy. They owe 100,000 people money. They're not even in exchange. How is that possible? But yeah, a lot of that obviously has to do with trading giant Cumberland, Verana, Moon Alpha Finance, Van X, New Finance Income Fund, Gemini. Everybody is owed money by these people. It's such an insane circle jerk in this industry. It's like this contagion of circular, weird incest that every company seems to have with each other. I mean, you'll remember when BlockFi filed for bankruptcy, it was like, well, we took a bailout from FTX. That bailout was for a few $100 million. FTX was insolvent. But the reason that hurt us is because we took the money that FTX gave us and we loaned it to Alameda for interest so we can make money and pay our customers interest. What? That's like, yeah, that's, you know, Sam Bankman-Fried's tweet. What? And then like you waited for him to tweet another word. I'm just gonna say what? Because none of this makes sense. It's nonsense. It's so annoying. As Daniel Oosthuizen, I probably did not pronounce that right, says, it's all a fugazi. It is a fugazi. Yeah, I don't know. Fiboswani asked, did they even read the first 10 chapters? And then admits it's a dad joke. And it is. It is. Anyways, Genesis finally declaring bankruptcy. How they get this money back, I have no idea. 3 Arrows Capital owes so many people money, it's almost comical at this point. You have to imagine that one of the creditors to Genesis is DCG, the parent company. And of course, Jim Cramer, let's blow him up. Jim Cramer weighed in on this. Thank you, SEC Chief Gary Gensler, for standing up to the crypto bullies who wanted an ETF. They could have been blown to kingdom come by Genesis Global, now filing for bankruptcy. Speaking of blown, that's probably how Gary Gensler feels by Jim Cramer after seeing a tweet like this. First of all, what the fuck does Genesis Global have to do with the approval of an ETF? Quite literally nothing. In fact, if people had been investing in ETFs instead of these other products, they would have traded at NAV. They would have been backed by the physical assets, and there would be absolutely no problems. An approval of a spot Bitcoin ETF would be the very thing that would protect customers from nonsense like this. But you got to wonder at this point, did Jim Cramer get beat up by a bunch of crypto Twitter guys in an alley somewhere and they're bribing him and they made him feel sad? Because I want to know where crypto, as I said in my tweet, point to the doll, Jim, and show me where crypto bros or bullies touched you, right? What did crypto do to Jim Cramer that out of nowhere he just has to like fillet Gary Gensler and send these out of left field tweets that have nothing to do with anything, just hating on crypto? And every time he does it, the price goes up. Just the other day when Bitcoin was like 17,000, like, oh, we're up from 16,000. This is your opportunity to exit the market. Straight to 21 in one of the biggest weeks that we've had. Jim Cramer is a shell of a man who's been beaten down by aggressive crypto Twitter trolls and literally is in the fetal position in his bed tweeting, I'll show them. I'll show them. They're going to see. This next tweet's going to be the zinger that's really going to touch their feelings like they touched mine. This guy has lost his goddamn mind. Oh, and definitely the story of the week. Big news coming from the Department of Justice. International crime syndicate to be foiled. Huge news about international enforcement effort by the DOJ and partners all over the world. Checks news. It's Bitzlato. Nobody knows what the fuck a Bitzlato is, but it has led to some great jokes on Twitter. I asked what it was, said for wrong answers only. I spit out my Bitzlato, Grande Bitzlato that I'd ordered at Starbucks when Big Ched said it was a blowjob at Starbucks. So you got yourself a Bitzlato. Sounds like the Mega Millions. Like I bought 10 Bitzlato tickets today. I'm hoping to cash in. I think really though the Starbucks reference, it really does seem like something Starbucks would sell, like grande, Bitzlato, frappuccino. But like nobody knows, literally nobody knows what it is. I've asked the guests yesterday, like, you guys have been in Bitcoin since 2010. Have you ever heard of Bitzlato? No. Like, what? I can't. Yeah, it's a Pirate X Pirate says it's a coffee themed porn site. Yeah, right. That's exactly right. Crypto Golfer says that me on 2x speed is mind blowing. I'm probably like, people think I'm on 2x speed all the time. So yeah, I can't imagine. Yeah, I don't know. Yeah, is it gelato? Says Matthew Barnes. Jeff says he loves chocolate Bitzlato. Everyone does. Yeah, delicious. Bitzlato equals kinky orgy stuff SBF did with his coworkers. Yeah. But so listen, they apparently this is a major crime syndicate. If you read through this, it had something to do with Hydra, which is like straight out of some James Bond. It read like something ChatGPT made up. It was like, ChatGPT, tell me a story about an enforcement, a fictitious James Bond movie where the DOJ cracks down on crypto crime. It'd be like Hydra and Bitzlato. Whatever. Yeah. Flat Smack says the obvious. Bitzlato is fake as fuck. They made it up. Yeah, probably. And listen, but it did lead to a lot of jokes. What the fuck is Bitzlato? Crypto Twitter rolls eyes at DOJ's big arrest. This was one of my favorite from Hasaka. This was pretty funny image. Shows BlockFi, Voyager, Celsius, FTX, literally like knives, bombs, and grenades flying at retail, and the Department of Justice just blocking the feather that is Bitzlato. Yeah. Try it, Scott. Tap it into Chat GPT. Let me see if I can. God, no. See, you guys are making me go off script. They're experiencing exceptionally high demand. Let's see. What here? Give me the cue. What do you want the cue to be here on Chat GPT? Write a fictitious, that spell, fictitious story about the Department of Justice. Cracking down on crypto internationally, including a James Bond villainous, I can't spell, villain, I can't even see, organization called Hydra. Make sure to include Gary Gensler and Jim Cramer, a pitching wedge and 4 explosions. See what it's got. Department of Justice, led by Gary Gensler, had been closely monitoring the rise of illegal activities being conducted using cryptocurrencies. They had received intelligence about a powerful international organization known as Hydra that was using digital assets to fund their nefarious activities. The organization, led by a mysterious figure known only as the Serpent, had tentacles in various industries, including arms dealing, drug trafficking, and money laundering. They'd become experts in using decentralized exchanges and privacy coins to cover their tracks and evade detection. DOJ knew that they needed to act fast to bring Hydra to justice. They assembled a team of lead agents, including the legendary James Bond, to infiltrate the organization and gather evidence. As the team delved deeper into Hydra's operations, they discovered that the organization had a vast network of affiliates and allies, including corrupt politicians and influential businessmen. One such ally was none other than the financial commentator Jim Cramer, who'd been providing the group with inside information and financial expertise. Well, we know that shit's fictitious because that dude has no financial expertise. The DOJ knew that they needed to strike quickly and decisively. They launched a coordinated raid on Hydra's headquarters, taking the organization's leadership by surprise. I forgot to include Bitzlato. In the ensuing chaos, several explosions rocked the building, and the DOJ agents engaged in a fierce firefight with Hydra's guards. Should I keep going? In the end, the DOJ emerged victorious. They had successfully dismantled Hydra's operations and arrested its leaders, including the Serpent. The organization's vast wealth, which had been stored in various cryptocurrency accounts, was seized and would be used to compensate the victims of Hydra's crimes. As the dust settled, James Bond emerged from the rubble holding a pitching wedge in one hand. He'd used a club to take out several of Hydra's guards at the heat of battle. With a wry smile, he said, "I may not play golf, but I know how to use a wedge when the situation calls for it." DOJ's crackdown on Hydra sent a strong message to other criminal organizations that they would not be allowed to use digital assets to further their illegal activities. The world was a little safer thanks to their efforts. And all of that without even mentioning Bitzlato. But yeah, that James Bond quote, "I may not play golf, but I know how to use a wedge when the situation calls for it," is some shit that every one of you should say to your wives in bed tomorrow. New FTX head says crypto exchange could be revived. Wall Street Journal. John J. Ray, a name made up or stolen from maybe the Beverly Hillbillies, has said that maybe we should relaunch FTX. Yeah, no shit, Sherlock. Kind of crazy that nobody thought of this before. Listen, I'm not going to trade on there. You're not going to trade on there. That could be the big problem here, obviously. But, like, I don't know. FTX was able to offer 100x leverage in a casino-like environment, make god-tier amounts of money doing absolutely nothing fraudulent, and could just turn that machine right back on. Okay. Not the worst idea, to be quite honest. The question is, would you trade on FTX? FTG token, by the way, is up 33% on the news. He said everything is on the table. Is there a path forward on that? Then we will not only explore that, we'll do that. This is the Enron guy, if you guys don't remember, right? But, like, would you guys trade on it? Would you use it? What does the J stand for in John J. Ray? John Ray, professional wrestler, and probably won the Nathan's hot dog eating contest. Yeah, I'm not using that shit. Fuck y'all. Anyways, Trump backer Peter Thiel. This is the one from our headline. Bitcoin trade brings $1.8 billion in profit. Here's how to make money. I don't even know why we included that here's how to make money thing. I have no fucking idea. Trump backer Peter Thiel. Like, what does that have to do with Trump? This guy gives money to both parties, I think. But, like, what? Trump backer Thiel. It's like Jim Cramer coming out of nowhere with the fucking Gary Gensler shit. Like, what does this have to do with Trump? Just good for SEO? Trump backer Peter Thiel reportedly made $1.8 billion cashing out an 8-year bet on crypto when he was still touting massive Bitcoin price surge. People are super fucking pissed at this guy. I wrote about it in the newsletter at length. I'm not mad. Get your money, bro. He has a fiduciary. So this is in Founders Fund, right? Which has investors. They started buying Bitcoin in 2014, bought another 15 or 20 million worth of it in 2016 or 17, wrote it to 1.8 billion and sold. We're out of it completely. It doesn't say they sold it in March, but we're out of that position by March 2022. But they didn't tell anyone. We didn't know. That's the thing. It's happening. But Peter Thiel is a notorious Bitcoin bull, hates fiat currency. There he is holding a $100 bill, probably going to light it on fire, maybe make it rain. There could be a stripper in the front of that picture. I don't even know. Can't see behind the camera. But people are super mad at him because he dared continue to talk about how awesome he is while exiting his thing. First of all, he could still own billions in Bitcoin himself. Nobody's talking about that. Nobody's talking about it. But Founders Fund has a fiduciary responsibility to their investors, and this was the trade of a lifetime. And remember, you can't say fiduciary without saying douche. You can't. I coined that. That's mine. So yeah, they sold out of all their crypto. The question is, are they buying again? That's what I want to know. I don't care that they sold almost a year ago. It's like 10 months ago. I want to know what they're doing now. Fibbo Swanee would like you to know that Jim Cramer is the stripper, not in the picture. Yeah, I can't believe I didn't include Bitzlato in that story. It would have been a lot better. But people are very angry at him. Are you mad at him, or do you think that it's okay that he sold? And do you think that it's okay for anyone to sell ever, or do you think that that will garner the ire of the crypto community? Remember when Tesla sold a little of its Bitcoin, and people the biggest Musk lovers were so angry at him? I don't know. I mean, do you think it's okay to sell Bitcoin? I think it's fine. If you have a way to better your life, you sell some of your stack, move on with your, I don't know, my belief in Bitcoin, powerful. Scales of justice, $1.8 billion. You know, it's a lot of monies. Yeah, I think people are just mad that he sold at the right time. Mad that he pronounces his name Thiel and not Thiel. Yeah, Thiel's nice, a nice company. Yeah, fiduciary. That's how you spell it. Anyways, That's the news. He did that. Bitcoin erases entire FTX-related decline in latest surge. Yeah, no shit. Everyone knows that. It's like FTX never even happened. Who is SBF? Don't even remember his name. We should strike those 3 letters from the alphabet. A, C, D, E, F, G. Oh, I said F, didn't I? E, G. I can't even do the alphabet right on a Friday. Bitcoin erases the entire thing. Yeah, we've seen it, guys. Look. FTX right here. Draw a little line right here. I don't like that we have a little bearish SFP right there, but I do like that we are consolidating under resistance. That's really nice. But that was the top right before FTX collapsed, 21,473. I still think we should get it doesn't mean we will. Should go test this 200 MA at some point. Could be when it comes up as support. And then we should blast up to like 2830. It's that easy, guys. But also, I mean, fit 25 is going to be a tough nut to crack, right? Here it is, if you guys are wondering. Look at that nut that's tough to crack. It's right there. Showed it to you. Why didn't that lock in? That's weird. Yeah, I mean, you look at the short-term Bitcoin chart. We had the breakdown out of that wedge. We had bearish divergence here on the 4-hour chart. I told y'all about it. Told y'all about it in the newsletter. Now we're just kind of chopping sideways. Guess what, guys? We went way up, and then we're chopping sideways right now, and it's totally fine. Look at this, Chad. Skybridge Capital founder, the time to invest in crypto is now. Anthony Scaramucci says long-term investors should keep a 3 to 5 year time frame and ignore day-to-day price movements. Seems so easy when you hear him say it, but it's hard to do, man. Hard to do. We know that Mooch was, very much tied to SPF, that SPF and FTX owned a part of Skybridge. But the Mooch keeps going, coming out of this, still giving good financial advice, in my opinion, that he would probably say is not financial advice. I love this guy. I just really like him. And I agree with what he's saying. As he says here, there was a quote here. Let me see. Said something about, being closer to the... Yeah, I'm encouraging people to invest now, Scaramucci said. We're closer to a bottom than we are to another top. And isn't that just the point? Like, I think Bitcoin's going to 100, 200, 300, 500, 100 million, 100 million, billions. If you think that, does it matter if you buy it at like 12 or 17 or 20? No. You're going to get super paid. You're going to be rich. And like, what is the worst case scenario? Even if Bitcoin went to like 5,000, if you go to 100, you still won't care. So we got that going for us, which is nice. Now I have to talk about SHIB. SHIB is a favorite holding among new crypto wallets, Nansen shows. The meme coin is the most popular non-stable coin asset for newly funded wallets. It's still happening. I don't understand it. But as you guys said, we talked about it this week. Shibarium or whatever it's called. I don't know. Shibarium is like the new layer 2 solution. They're trying to build real shit out of SHIB, but I don't understand. And people are still buying it. But just because they're new wallets, let's remember, does not mean that they are new people, right? A lot of the conjecture is that you have a whole bunch of new wallets, but it's just a bunch of big SHIB whales moving their SHIBs around. Can't keep all your SHIB in one place, not your keys, not your dogs. Crypto Golfer says no more F-bombs. Is that me? I'm not supposed to say bad worms. Shaboom, shaboom, shabarium, says Jeff with the vowels. Drucify would like you to know that he just shibbed his pants. But yeah, let's see what knowing that the SHIB is so popular right now, the chart is kind of sideways, guys. I mean, look, let's be honest here. That, it kind of bottomed here, kind of toppied here, and that's where we're at, right at resistance at the EQ of this big channel. And this was the place it was supposed to bottom, right? Because, like, I don't know, let's just draw a big old rectangle right here across all this price action, right? All of this, yeah, of course. This is major support right there. Really, let's zoom in. And that's exactly where we bounced, right? Coming off of this area that was before the entire SHIB run came all the way back down and tested it. I mean, if you want to trade SHIB, dude, have at it. I don't know. Founders of Bankrupt Crypto Hedge Fund 3AC mocked after pitching new venture. I mocked them. I mocked them. Suzu is like a Zen philosopher now. Well, he can stick to that and stay the fuck out of crypto. And so can Kyle Davies because he paints badly. His own face. Literally shared a painting he did of himself that looked like a Picasso, but probably wasn't meant to look like a Picasso. Actually, kind of looked like a Van Gogh, but in his cutting my ear off because I'm too high phase. Yeah, I told you guys about this earlier, but it's still just blowing my mind that these two got together with Mark from CoinFlex, who were the ones that gave Roger Ver the huge loan, and they also shut off their own withdrawals. And they're all going to get together and pretend they didn't blow up their last businesses and that they don't owe people money and have the audacity to ask people for more money. And what are you going to trade on this exchange called GTX? It's one letter off from FTX, also one letter off from GOX. They're trolling us. What are you going to trade on there? Claims. Claims on what? Bankruptcies like Three Arrows Capital and Genesis probably, and FTX maybe, and definitely Voyager and Celsius and BlockFi. You can go on there and trade your claims. 17 cents on the dollar, 20 cents on the dollar. Maybe tomorrow it'll be 30 cents on the dollar. Hey, I'm actually all for that model, just not these assholes doing it. My gosh. What did the mocking involve? I mean, you're listening to it right now, you know? But they basically, like, everyone was like, nobody's giving you idiots money. You're assholes. Get out of here. Nobody wants you here. Nobody wants you here. Nobody. Right? These guys are not invited to the party and keep showing up anyways. So listen, guys, that's all of the news, really, of the week. Let's see if there's anything else. Yeah, I got my Thai terminal here, as you guys have seen. I keep showing it to you. So this is all the news. FTX collapse, claims big victim. Genesis goes bankrupt. Fed should go for 50 basis points. Planet Crypto, reasons to be cheerful in 2023. I'm not reading that positive crap. Coinbase and others back FTX US president, crypto trading infra startup architect. That's Brett Harrison. I'm happy for him. He's a nice guy. Yeah, this is the news. Not that much. Market's green in general. All sectors looking green right now. And let's look at the screener. Maybe this will give us an idea of what we can take a look at as far as charts. If you guys haven't seen this, massive screener. I keep trading volume and relative trading volume on there and tweet volume and relative tweet volume. So it shows me how much is being tweeted on average more than the last 30 days and how much is being traded on average. Well, now we're starting to see a dip in these trading volumes, although Bitcoin's still up pretty massively. I bet SHIB is high, 21% increase. Not that massive. What do you guys want me? I haven't looked at anything. I haven't really looked at anything. So what do you guys want me to chart? Throw me a few requests. We'll do a few of them here and see whatever. Yeah, Bitzlato is gold. That's right. H bar, first request of the day. Well, there's the dia. Okay, let me see. H bar, Hedera hash graft. See what we got. Did I say graft? Okay, well, that was the old ass trading range right there. Let's see if we zoom it all the way out. What do we got here? Let's go to the weekly. Let's go to the weekly. Get a really wide view. All right. So I would say you got, mine's kind of irrelevant, but hey, it's fun. We're at resistance, I'll tell you right now, right? Like going way, way, way back. This is the top of this entire move, this double bottom sort of thing that sent price blasting off. That's right where price is now. It's also where this broke down and where this found support, this whole area. So listen, it's making some big moves this week. Volume is increasing clearly. Should get another bigger volume candle, but definitely at resistance right here. Now, if you're zooming in a little bit, if you want to draw something here, that's pretty appealing. Oh, yeah. Right? Zooming in here. Let me tighten that line up right there, maybe. I mean, that's perfect. Basically, resistance, 1, 2, 3-ish touches, break, retest as support, and heading up. Gotta like that. Gotta like that a lot. Gotta like that a lot. Okay. Oh my gosh, you guys are throwing them in here, so now it's hard for me to see them. Okay. RV Raven. I mean, H bar looks good there, but it's at resistance. That's what I would say. Oh, I opened the wrong one. This Raven versus Bitcoin. Look at that. That looks like a Doge chart from back in the day. And USDT. Cool. You be quiet. All right. I mean, that looked just like that XRP chart did. Massive breakdown, but came all the way down to where you would expect it to. Like, look, this is another weekly chart, which I like. Something like this, right? Which is like, you can literally, this looks just like H-bar. Massive right there at resistance. Man, if these start to like break up significantly, it's going to be pretty appealing. People would call this a double bottom, but you literally have to break above 0.07 right here to hit the swing high between those. So I don't view it that way. I mean, if it can get above this area, you're talking about targeting up here, you know, like a 3x, something like that. Maybe even here. Kind of a weird chart, to be quite honest with you guys. But yeah, like volume's increasing on all of these as price is going up. Want to see it flip and head up to this area right there. Not bad. Aptos, I'm sure I've got that pulled up because I shared that in the newsletter. I thought we'd get a retest and then target. It hit the target without giving the entry. Never came back. But now, man, this is sky's the limit. This looks crazy. I had Mo on, remember, and price was like down here, and we were like, man, I'm sorry what happened to your coin. Didn't even matter. Didn't even matter. Remember, Aptos is like very tied to FTX, launched in the depths of the bear market, but this is what you're looking for right now. And then if you get above that, obviously, price discovery for an all-time high. Your problem, though, that I'm going to tell you right now with a lot of these is we're coming into resistance, massively overbought, which means it's very likely that we're going to start to see bearish divergence. Not yet, but, you know, if this doesn't go hard and get RSI above, I don't know what's happening here with this. I was using an arrow, that's why. But it's got to get RSI back above 86 to avoid bearish divergence. Could do it, though. It's already at 81. Gonna see it need a major push, but yeah, I mean, my only problem with a lot of altcoin charts right now is that Aptos, not Aptos, is that they're all really overbought, including Bitcoin, not a altcoin, but everything is massively overbought. You know, man, I had this one pulled up already. Look at that. I was looking at this for the newsletter this morning and was actually thinking about sharing it. I don't like that 200 MA, but there's a very clear breakout, very clear flip of resistance to support at 59 cents and almost a retest here. So this is a weekly. You know, what you want is the clean retest of this. So, you know, one of these, and then maybe you break out and target the 50 MA, $1.15, something like that. I mean, it's almost a 2X for a lot of these. But the problem is this is very strong rejection at the 200 MA repeatedly. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 candles have struggled to get above that. I don't want to trade that below that 200 MA right there. Okay, now I'm going way back down to the bottom, so I might have missed a lot. Sorry. E-gold, one of my favorites. Probably the coin I've made the most money on ever in my life. Because if you guys were here when this was ERD, before it was eGold, years ago, right when the newsletter started, I started buying it at 15 sats. We were trading against Bitcoin back then. It went to like 300. Then we sold it, bought it back again, then bought it at when it rebranded to eGold at $10. We were selling in the 400 to 500 range, bought it again. I mean, and I love this project. Yeah, they rebranded again to Metaverse X. Yeah. I think that's Multiverse X. Multiverse X. Sounds like a new like Avengers franchise movie. I mean, I like that it's gone back in this range, right? It recaptured this low at like $38 and retested it. So I think this is at least going to $51 from here, from 41, right to the mid range. If it flips that, we're talking about $70. A lot of money to be made on things like this. I wonder if there was a bullish divergence there at the bottom. I bet there was. Let's see if any of this is rising. Slight, yep, from there, slightly higher low. So there was bullish divergence that preceded that. Now we're flirting with some bearish divergence. I think a lot of these are just going to kind of chill sideways, reset the indicators, and then hopefully head up. VRA. I'm not going to get all your requests, guys. You know, we're going to do a few more. I'm kind of trying to see what I see. VRA. Whoa. Look at that. Veracity Tech. Well, there was a cool move we had back in the day. I don't care about any. I'm just deleting old lines because, like, I mean, why? I mean, this is holy resistance. I don't even need to draw a line, but I'll do it for you. Right? If you bought this at 0.002 and made a 3 to 4x, congratulations. Right now, I would be looking for something like this if I could. If it gets there, but I would be looking to enter way lower, not as it points right into this resistance right now. Looks good, but hard to get excited. Well, let's look at the screener really quick. Sorry. 24-hour return. What's the 1 hour return? What's doing the best in the last hour? Come on, that's not what I did. Atletico, I don't know. These are a bunch of bullshit. Dentacoin. What? That shit's back. Cryptarium, Suku, Veracity, is that what we just looked at? I mean, yeah, this is the third biggest mover in the entire market right now. I mean, you should have, like, if you were trading this and not investing in it, you should have sold it when it hit 0.007. I mean, that is as gratuitous as it gets. Hather, FTX token at 28% up. Come on, man. What are we doing here? That hurts my heart and my brain. Let's see what else you guys got here. What website is this screener? It's from the Thai. I happen to have access to it. It's an institutional grade tool. I mean, you can, but as I said with Josh the other day, I'm putting together a new newsletter that once every single day, like AI generated, is going to send all of this as a snapshot of the market, like 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, probably every single day to anyone who subscribes. It's going to give you the screener once a day, though. So you're not constantly all over it. The 10 top stories of the day, trending coins, blah, blah, blah. But like, look at the relative trade volume on Cryptarium, 2,400. People tweeting about it too. I don't like any of this crap. So that VRA, it's hard to jump into that right there. Yeah, that's the idea. Try to build something useful for you guys. AVAX. I've got to have that chart here somewhere. I mean, this is what I drew when it broke out. It got that retest there. I would want to buy this at 14 bucks. Yet again, there's another one being hard rejected at the 200 MA on its first attempt. Yeah, I want the retest of this. Can you see that? 14.35. That's what I want. That's what I want. That's what I would want. Doge. I need to make back the money. Those fucking twins stole. I haven't looked at a Doge chart in a while, but if that's where you're going to be looking to make it up, Godspeed, my friend. I don't know. Doge breakout retest, but not really. I'm not even going to fuck with this line anymore. So much space between those. Yeah. Did that have bullish divergence? It did. There was bullish divergence there at the bottom. That was your signal. Could have got that down there. I would say you got to get above this 9-cent area. This has been a key resistance since literally back in 2021. You can see how hard there. You got to get it back above that. I don't know. I mean, you still have a target of 16 cents on any like major move here, probably. Maybe you could say it's breaking out here and consolidating. It does look like it's consolidating under that line right there. I would just wait till it breaks above that, try to flip it. But, you know, your upside is limited here unless you're playing the move all the way up to 16 cents. Possible, but it's like just not jumping out at me right there. Scott, please take a look at SPY. We're going to do stonks. We got SPX. Let me see. Stonks, the stonks. Look at that. Look at those MAs clamping. Guys, this is, I don't have it. This is the other chart, but you know, we've all seen it. Can't unsee it once you see it. Now, some people you're using the linear chart, and that gives the people who are using the linear chart are seeing this as like already tested. I use log charts, as you can see. So to me, not there yet, but this does have 3, 1, 2, 3 touches, major confirmed resistance, and almost a fourth. And it's kind of been riding with the 200 MA there. If right now price is below the 50 and the 200 again, not great. But if it can get a little rally and be above these, especially if you get a golden cross and it's interacting directly with price, I think this will break through resistance and continue up. But right now, I mean, you're at resistance, right? The good news is that the longer it takes, the further down it will attack resistance. But this is just a lot of resistance in here. A lot of resistance. Doing stongs. Jeremy McGuinn would like you to know that his Bitzlato goes 0 to 60 in 4 seconds. Is that electric? Harmony 1. Sure. I like them. This is going to be way lower. I love that, like, charts I haven't opened in a long time. Well, it's not. Wow, look at that. Hit 83. It's not that bad. Bitcoin was 90-ish. It's a lot of overbought, man. It's a little concerning. Not that this market can't blast over. Okay, well, I'll tell you this, though. If this is going to continue up, that is pretty god tier retest. This is actually a very actionable trade. Doesn't mean it'll go up, but like if you got the entry there when that just hit, you know, maybe you set your stop down here. Even if you just go to that recent high right there, you've got a 4.64 risk reward. I would say your target would be more like these highs here, which gives you a 7.33 risk reward with a pretty, you know, you can even put your stop down here if you're whatever, you know, a pretty tight stop. Want to make sure you avoid, you know, that wick down that you'll inevitably get. Looks like a pretty good trade. Pretty good trade. I don't know. Not bad. Not bad. Not bad. How's your Bitzlato? Bitz latte. Christian asked for FTM. Gotta pack it in after this one, people. Probably, because I got a life. FTM, I mean, it had that breakout. We've talked about FTM a lot. I liked it here at 24 cents. You're about to get just overbought. It scares me, but about to get a golden shower cross. I see you guys talking about shorting SPY. I don't see a reason to get long on it yet. I think you need to break the resistance first. I mean, FTM looks fine. Probably get a golden cross, maybe a retrace down to test this line. Okay, I would say this is just being real obvious. This is where at this point you're trying to get it. Maybe a retest of the 200 MA or the 26 cent area looks kind of good. That's all I got today, guys. Did it. What time frames do you usually trade? Well, I used to trade the 4-hour and daily mostly, and now I basically just like take massive long-term weekly chart positions. I just don't really day trade anymore. And I used to, like when I started the newsletter and started all this, I was like actively trading I just don't do it as much now. Hope you guys had fun. Hope you guys took the time to check out Prime XBT. I mean, you just click on the thing. Get some money. That was fun. I'm going to go head to Starbucks, get a Bitzlato, write a new screenplay with Chat GPT, and move on with my life. I'll obviously see you guys back again on Monday because that's what we do. See you then. Peace.
That's dope.